Alright, so this is our gasoline setup here. We have gasoline in that tank right there. Compressed air, well, compressed CO2, I guess. Liquid CO2. And that's all going through plumbing into our flamethrower hose. Everything is pneumatically sealed, so this is relatively safe. I know there are a lot of people who are like, well, that doesn't seem like a good idea. Well, trust me, the science is relatively settled. Should be fine. And then we do have our flamethrower. What could possibly go wrong? So clearly here's the usual disclaimers. Don't do this unless you're a trained professional. Believe it or not, we actually do know what we're doing. It might not seem like that, but we do. Everything in here is relatively safe. Everything's got fail-safes. This actual head has got a bunch of shut-off valves and stuff in there that when you release the trigger, there's no way for oxygen and gasoline to mix together and burn back behind the head. Again, we're being relatively safe here, so please don't do this at home. Alright, so we have pressure. We have fuel. Theoretically.
You might want to just be like on that hill, right up there.
Yeah, okay. When nerds attack.
Ready?
What? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
The really nice thing is there's absolutely not a single leak on the back end of the system.
Right, and that's the other thing to take away from this is very reliable. Surprisingly reliable. Actually, shockingly and disturbingly reliable. This would be a viable, you know, end of the world scenario, yeah, Mad Max type weapon.
You strap two of these things on your back, you know, on the back, one of those scuba tank things.
I wouldn't want to get a hit with it, you know, like if a round went through there, that'd be bad. But you know, if a round went through your body, that'd be bad too. So. The heat. Oh my gosh. It's like sitting in front of a fire. Well, I mean, literally.
Literally. Can you just imagine it coming at you?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so just to recap, this is just a proof of concept. This is not going to be the actual unit that's going to be available on the T1, but something very similar will be. And, you know, I know that this is maybe not necessarily a super practical weapon if you were carrying this on your back, but we're not going to be carrying this on our backs. So, yeah.
Then we would have 3.5 gallons in it. We could go for about 55 seconds, and the robot will have 4.5 gallons.
Right.
We'll be able to go for about 1.5 minutes of continuous burn.
Right. And the thing that to take away from this is we're not shooting a whole lot of gasoline through here because I'm not really filling that much up in this tank. We're doing a fairly controlled burn here just for safety's sake. So rather than fill this all up with gasoline, we're just putting a little bit in there. So we're only getting a few seconds of burn, but it's still fairly impressive.
I think it's a pretty good apparatus. It's actually fairly reliable.
It is actually fairly reliable. That's the really scary part.
I'm going to put this. I never originally in my original design I wasn't going to have that head on there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that kind of jack on the front so you can get any pressure washer.
Right. So the really cool ones will be the ones that have like a fan, and there's some that don't they like spiral or and stuff like that.
And stuff.
That'd be really cool. You'd be throwing burning gasoline all over the place.
One of the applications could be firefighting. You just fill it full of soapy water.
Right.
And blow foam out.
Right, and so this is not just limited to gasoline. There's all sorts of actual realistic applications for this piece of technology here.
I think we should try diesel and kerosene too.
Okay, yeah, I'm game with that.
The difference in burn. The gasoline is pretty cool. You see a beam of the gasoline going as it burns off.
Right, and it definitely works. You know, and there are a lot of people who were saying that gasoline, you're not going to get that much heat, and it's not going to get that much range. It's just going to be a giant ball of dry fire, but you're actually getting a burning stream of gas with this, and it really is pretty impressive. The distance that we're getting off of this is phenomenal. So we're just going to be fine-tuning at what kind of fuel we want to put in there, and also figuring out what else we can do with it. Yeah, you got a 500-pound piece of motorized stainless steel teleoperated that you can't penetrate with 7.62 NATO coming at you with a flamethrower like this.
It'll burn its way through level 4 body armor.
Yeah, and there is no conventional body armor that will stop a flamethrower. That's the other thing to wrap your mind around, is not only is it demoralizing, there's no protection from it. So, man, I'm hungry. We should make some steaks or something.
We should put some hot dogs out there.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll get
nothing like gasoline scented hot dogs.
Oh yeah, and some marshmallow peeps.